Racism is an explicit belief that values one race over others. At its core, racism says, I'm better than you, I'm more valuable than you, I have more worth than you. A racist heart ends up dehumanizing those who are different from us. It's a very provocative issue in our nation today, the subject of much debate, fuel for peaceful and violent protests. It's an open wound that refuses to heal. And as I was contemplating what my role needs to be as part of the solution, I had an aha moment, and one that I'm not very proud of. I realized that while I'm not a racist, I am more racist than I think I am. And maybe you can relate. It's nothing overt, but I've listened to jokes that come at the expense of others. I've bought into racial stereotypes. I've made judgments based solely on perception, not experience. And as a result, I've let the culture, not scripture, control the conversation. So while my intent is noble, the fact is I have absorbed racial bias even without knowing it. When I was a kid, my dad would take me to a Phillies game at Connie Mack Stadium. And the stadium was old and run down, just like the neighborhood in which it was located. And so when we entered that part of Philly, my dad said 3 words that had an impact on me that was unrealized at the time. 3 words: lock your door. And as I did, I looked around and all I saw were black faces. So you don't have to guess the connection I made in my heart. I mean, my father meant well, but it planted a seed of racial bias in my heart. So while I'm not a racist, I am more racist than I thought. But here's the good news. With God's help, new friendships, and a growing awareness of my bias, I'm becoming more gracious and less racist than I used to be. How about you? I'm Pastor Keith, and it's just something to think about.